How do you wear one of these? Like, seriously, does it go like that, I guess? Or maybe like... Yeah, that's pretty good.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to a very special Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon update. So it's been about a little over 2 months now since we got the official announcement for the games, and since then we haven't had much news. Pretty much the games logos came out, and then we had a Koro leak which had the covers of the game covered. So not sure about that, but really nothing major has come out until today. Well, technically a couple of days ago, but still, Junichi Masuda and the Pokemon Japanese website itself has updated and let us know that on May 10th, the first official news for Pokemon Sun and Moon are coming. That is actually just a day away. Wow, I didn't even think about it, but Japan is almost 24 hours ahead of us, and so because it's already May 8th here, happy Mother's Day, by the way, that means that tomorrow is the announcement in Japan. So already tomorrow, we're getting our first look at Pokemon Sun and Moon. And there are so many questions on my mind. I'm sure there's a lot on you guys' mind as well. So I'm going to try to discuss some of the stuff that I think will be revealed tomorrow. And you can always pitch in down below. Let me know what you guys think. But let's get started. The first thing on everyone's mind are the covers of the game, because Koro actually leaked last month, and I never really discussed this because, well, it's just a blank cover. There's not really much to show here aside from the logos of the games once again, and mostly because we've already seen trademarks pop up for what could be the possible names of these legendaries: Solgaleo and Lunaala. And so most people have been led to believe that these are actually the names for the legendaries. And I am one of those people. I'm like 99% sure these are actually going to be their names. So we have Solgaleo for Pokemon Sun and Lunaala for Pokemon Moon. Now, of course, Sol means sun in Spanish and I guess in Latin as well. And then Luna is moon. So yeah, makes perfect sense. Solgaleo and Lunaala. But with just the names, we really don't know much. And there is a lot of awesome fan art out there of what the possible legendaries could look like. I guess because Solgaleo has Leo in its name, a lot of people are kind of basing him on a lion-like Pokemon. In my opinion, we'll probably see a fire type, obviously, for the Pokemon Sun legendary. It just makes sense, being the Sun legendary. You'd have to have some kind of fire type in there. Also, when I saw the name Solgaleo, the Leo part definitely made me think of lions, of course, but specifically the Leo constellation. So maybe the legendaries are based off of constellations. I couldn't really think of which one Lunaala would be based off, but it made me think that, you know, if they have a lion as a legendary for one, then a wolf would kind of make sense as the other one. I feel like lions and wolves are a little bit of counterparts, being like one is the toughest dog and then the other one's the toughest cat. For the moon, it's a little bit harder to tell. I mean, you would obviously want to point to water just because fire and water kind of contradict each other, and the moon has to do with the tides and the oceans and stuff, but I really just can't tell, aside from fire and water, what other secondary typings they might bring, or what these Pokemon will even be based off of, because even though there has been some discussion about the region being based on Hawaii, I personally am not too set on that. I would actually prefer to see like a maybe South America kind of team region. I don't know why, maybe I've got Pokemon Sage on the mind, but I do think that that would be make a really cool region, and you could still have some tropically rainforest kind of areas in there. That's a whole nother discussion though. The region, where are we going in Sun and Moon? The more I think about it, the more questions keep popping into my head. So even though most people seem to be set on Hawaii or a kind of tropical based region, I feel like Hoenn is a little too close to that, and we like just visited Hoenn in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So going back to the trademarks though, I personally feel like they're definitely legit. I mean, at least they sound like real Pokemon names, but I know that's not a good enough reason to give as to like why I think they're real. I guess I have a hunch in a way, so I don't know, man. Those are just my speculations, but definitely let me know what you guys think of Solgaleo and Lunaala. Do you think these trademarks are actually the real names of the legendaries for Sun and Moon, or are they just some random guy that is trolling the world? Who really knows? We're gonna find out on May 10th though. I really don't know what they did with Zygarde, man. Is he actually coming? Another popular theory I wanted to talk about today is the possibility of returning to the Kalos region in Pokemon Sun and Moon. There are a lot of places in X and Y that were left just untouched. Like there was that one train in Coumarine City, I think it was called, that could have possibly led to another region, but we never really knew. So perhaps this will be the connection for Sun and Moon to X and Y. I think it would make sense, especially since I was just saying Zygarde is a complete mystery. Kalos in general, the story of Kalos definitely feels unfinished, and I hope that they at least kind of hint at it in Sun and Moon, if not maybe even completely close out the story. Whatever happened to AZ, Lysander? I must know! On top of that, I feel like Team Flare happened to have a fiery name, and now we're getting Pokemon Sun. Maybe there's actually a team to counteract Team Flare, and Team Flare was actually the whole time meant for Pokemon Sun. I don't know, I'm getting into crazy conspiracy theory mode right now though. So let's chill out for a sec and talk about more realistic possibilities, as in the starter Pokemon. So I really think that the starter Pokemon will be revealed on May 10th. I have seen so many crazy theories and ideas and possibilities for starter Pokemon. I just wanted to ask you guys quickly, what do you think about the starter Pokemon for Sun and Moon? I've heard so many people say they want a Dolphin water type. I think it would actually be pretty cool, and we haven't had a Dolphin Pokemon. Who knows why? It feels to me like it's a pretty popular and common animal. Fire and Grass, I just have no idea, man. At least I feel like the last 2 generations have been completely random with their starter Pokemon. Another dream of mine would definitely be a Koala Pokemon, so make it happen. It's gonna be exciting though to see them for the first time. Just let me know, guys, what you think, and what do you think they're gonna end up looking like, or maybe what typings they're gonna be. Now, my final major topic is going to be regarding Mega Evolution, because of course we've seen Mega Evolution made a return in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but will they add anything else on top of that? I know I've at least been talking a little bit about Pokemon Fusion, especially after I saw in the Japanese logos, they have this little crystal thing that actually looks kind of like these things called Burst Heart, which are essentially a crystal that lets you fuse with your Pokemon and gain some of their abilities. This has only been shown in the Pokemon Rebirth manga, so it's not really known whether they would bring this to a game or not, but it's certainly interesting that they're in the Japanese logos. So Pokemon Fusion, pretty crazy, right? I don't think it would happen, but then again, Ash Greninja is a thing right now, and Ash Greninja seems to be kicking some butt, so could we actually see a similar new method of evolution in Sun and Moon? I feel like we definitely could. Something that I really liked about Mega Evolution is the bond that has to be developed between the trainer and their Pokemon. But I feel like some trainers in the games then just didn't have a bond at all. Like Lysander could Mega Evolve, and I don't know if he really did have that strong of a bond with his Gyarados. Maybe they bonded over how evil they were or something. But maybe trainers with a very pure heart can actually reach a level beyond that and go into some kind of Pokemon Fusion form? I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy now that I'm saying it out loud, but this Ash Greninja situation has got me really thinking, like, maybe it could be an anime exclusive thing, but I definitely see them also bringing it into the game. So, but at least this weird crystal in the Japanese logos is really throwing me off, because I feel like it's not there for no reason. They usually have a reason, even in their logos, for putting everything, the little details and everything. So what do you think it could be? Kind of looks like a revive, to be honest, but we know it's not a revive. So what is this thing? We'll find out. Finally, I wanted to chime in on my favorite thing about X and Y, and that is character customization. Is it making a comeback in Sun and Moon? Well, I really hope so, because I thought that made X and Y so unique that you finally get to go through the region and choose to be whatever character you want to be. You know, you got to make your own trainer, and I thought that was so cool for the Pokemon and just the RPG experience in general. So I really hope character customization personally makes a return in Sun and Moon. Heck, while we're at it, let's throw in Pokemon following you again. I mean, really, who knows why they don't have the feature in it? Maybe it's just too hard to implement, but I'm still hoping for it, man. You know, it is the second 3D games now. Like, we already had X and Y to test out Pokemon in 3D for the first time, so now I feel like they can really focus on polishing and making everything look awesome in 3D. So bring it on. Trainer customization, Pokemon following you, you know, the whole shebang. Give me everything. Anyway, that is gonna be it for this random video. I'm really excited though to see the announcement on May 10th, which is possibly tomorrow already. So hope you guys are excited as well. If you are, definitely hit that like button and let me know what you think is coming. What do you think of Sun and Moon, Solgaleo, Lunaala? Are they real? Are the starter Pokemon real? Who knows? Am I real? Only time will tell. So May 10th, strap in, get ready, because it is going to be amazing. The 7th generation of Pokemon is actually coming. Like, I still sometimes can't believe it. I'm still stuck in that whole, wow, Pokemon Z mentality, but no, we're skipping straight past that, and this is it, the new generation. So get hype, get ready, and I'll see you next time.